So if I was to compete at Fism, this is likely the act I would do. Hello everyone, I'm Dan and welcome to Evolving Magic. And today I want to show you something really amazing. I noticed a spectator has a coin right here. Is that cashmere? Okay, that's terrible. I'll toss the coin into the air and it could actually travel to over here. It's a very special coin. It's a Walking Liberty $50, which is really cool. You can actually hold on to it. Oh wait, it just goes back over here. But all seriousness, you can actually hold on to it and it just goes actually over here in this case. It's crazy. No, seriously, you may hold on to it and it just goes just like that. But just as it goes, it can come back just as quickly. So and this is what's even crazier. Even if I put the coin away, it'll still come back on the spectator right here. And I know while coin tricks are amazing, everyone's coming for the card tricks. So, continuing, we take out the cards and we can actually have all the cards shuffled by a spectator. So we start out from a shuffled state. Can set the card aside. Doesn't matter anymore at this point. And the cards are shuffled. So again, they are mixed by a spectator, not by me. And so we get this shuffled state of cards. And I asked them, so we shuffled the cards, so, you know, get all the cards mixed. So what is your favorite four of a kind? Let's say if you were given the choice of jacks, queens, or kings, what would you generally go for in your four of a kind? And they would say, let's say they say kings. So I go across and I say I'm going to show the kings and display the kings. So that is the king of hearts, this is the king of clubs, this is king of diamonds, and the last king, let's see, where's the last king? King of spades right there, and that is the four. Again, want to be as fair as I can. And so I'm going to actually use these four kings in a second, but I'm just going to put them back very fairly. So king of hearts, clubs goes back, king of diamonds, and king of spades. And I'm going to show you how I would get kicked out of Vegas. And I try to make it fair by offering an option. Now, they can... there are actually many ways you can find the card. You can actually have them found one at a time, or as a lot of people like, all at once. And I offer, let's say, that choice to this spectator right here. And I say all at once or one at a time, and they say all at once, and I say good choice. One at a time would have looked like this. It would have been like this, a crazy cut. And I produce out a king like so, and it pops right here. Amazing. That's one at a time. But you wanted all at once, and all at once looks like that. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4 kings. Amazing. And spectators checking out that's like, no way, that's so crazy. And I go, yup. And we're still getting to more magic on this. So diamonds, spades, clubs, and hearts. De corazon. Set that one right there. The other three right behind it. We take one of the kings. Check this out. You can still see the king, yes. And they go, yup. I give it a shake. And it's going to happen really soon. You're going to see it change into an ace. And I say, why one when why not all four? And you see all four aces just like that. Oh, it's crazy. And they can examine it like, whoa, that's amazing. And then believe it or not, if for people asking about the jacks, don't worry. The jacks are, or sorry, the kings rather, are back in the center. And I can even show this to the audience like so. And the audience is applauding. Okay, he's really good. So, continuing on, I asked the spectator, you may use aces or you may use kings. And the choice you choose for whichever we decide to, or just, we can actually have, instead of choosing one, we just have one named. And that choice which you name will have an important impact for the rest of the trick. So aces or kings, and they say kings, and I go aces, great, let's forget about the kings. And I just play it off lightly. I'm kidding, but we will use the kings for an effect in the bit. But for right now, if you may examine the aces, make sure there's no trapdoors, no Spanish speaking chihuahuas, nothing of that nature. We want to be as fair as we can. Okay, and they really are checking them out while they're doing that, and there we go. Okay, and do you have a favorite? I also asked them, do you have a favorite? And they would say the ace of spades in this case, and then let's say the ace of hearts, ace of diamonds, ace of clubs. Okay, and we've got these guys, and we're gonna do this very slowly and very fairly. So clubs, diamonds, hearts, and we got the spadey one. 3 aces right there, and we will be doing this with the later ace right here as well. I'm also going to show everyone how I did tell everyone I was going to show everyone how I got kicked out of Vegas, both metaphorically and literally, in more context than one. And I'm going to actually show you, aside from the previous tech stuff and material I did before, I'm doing all this in one take. I'm not doing any edits. One technique I use is called palming. I'm not sure if everyone's aware of palming. No? Okay, I'll show you. It's where you push the card forward and you would normally be able to hide it inside of your hand. I can never do it very well. As you can tell, it's like not perfect. But that's generally what it looks like. But then magicians have modernized the technique, so what we do is we actually do something called invisible palm, where we turn the card up like so, and then we go ahead and invisibly palm the card. It goes like that, and you can actually go to the table and then produce it like so. It's really, really amazing. And so that's the first one to go across. We still got a couple more to go, so we'll try it again. Get the card right here. Again, palming not that great, but we turn it into use invisible palm technique, and you can actually make amazing things happen. And that's the third one. Okay, no one's believing this thus far, so I'm actually going to try it out. I'm going to ask the spectator to hold their hand up, hold their hand down, like so. Okay, I'm going to take the last one, ace of spades, and the last ace, I mean, and I'm speaking faster than I'm able to think. Gotta love it. I have the spectator put their palm on top of the cards. We're going to try something crazy. So their palm is on top like this. Okay, but we're going to simulate it with a card box, if I'm allowed. Okay, but normally spectator puts their palm on top. They have their palm on top. You got it. Okay, and so what we're going to do is I'm going to try, if I may, I mess up, and then I go right on through. It goes right on through their hand, believe it or not. And I say, really check out, just spread the cards to show all 4, and all 4 cards have made the trip. Pretty crazy, isn't it? And they go, yep. It's what's even crazier is, and I don't even need the cards for this. I know you really wanted the kings earlier, so if I give it a little snap or a little wave, and you can actually turn them over, they can turn over and show all 4 kings like that. Amazing. And then for people asking about the aces, well, I can just spread the cards and show they are back in the center, just like so. Ooh la la. And that's amazing. It's a lot of applause cues thus far. And I said I want to go further. I actually want, I don't want it to be all just amazing vanishes, but I want spectators involved. So let's do a pick a card trick. Okay. So I actually have, I actually say, I'm going to be sincere, which do you want to use, the kings or the aces? And let's say they say the kings. We really want to use the kings. I'm like, okay. I'll set the aces aside, and I really will set them aside. I won't, being honest, I'm not going to use them for this trick. And the cards are then mixed up to prepare for the next effect. And we're going to do something really amazing with all these cards, with the cards in play. And the kings, do you have a favorite? I ask them. They say heart, and so we're going to use the heart one in this case. There'll be a leader one with all the other kings, and we'll come back to the kings in a bit. We'll just set them aside right here as well. So we're going to have 3 cards selected by the spectators. So I go tumble stop, stop. That's the first card, second card, and let's say third card. Okay. So I will do a little fan and show all 3 cards. Hopefully you can see this. Okay. I'm not looking at the card, so I'm just like trying to make sure the camera can see it. Anyway, from there, we will. What was I going to say? Okay, so the cards are shown, and again, showed. You can always show them twice. You can never show these cards too many times with audience members sedated or pre-gaming. That is also very interesting to see people do that. Anyways, the cards are then put back. I'll put them back one at a time. Let's say one right here, another right here, and then another, let's say, right here. And I can even spread off to show it. Okay, the cards, good, good. And then I'm going to lose them inside the pack, and as well as give the cards a cut. Okay, mix up inside there. Yay! So we're actually going to use the kings to be able to help me with this effect, and it's actually going to make it quite interesting to do. So I actually want to square this up, and I'll turn this face up. We can add these right here. Actually, what was interesting, and I was going to show this anyways, about this cards, if I actually just give it a little rub, you can actually see the kings, and I want to do it for all 3, to display for all 3. Kings turn into the 3 cards, the 4 of diamonds, the 3 of hearts, and the 7 of spades, believe it or not. Amazing. Not only that, and the cards just change color and everything everywhere all the time. And for those wondering about the kings, well then, we square on up, I'm going to use as fair as I can. I just spread the cards, and they're just like hanging out on the side. And all these 4 cards, the 4 cards reversed in the pack, are the 4 kings. Just like that. What a crazy transposition, huh? And there's one last thing I want to do with these cards. Now, any 4 of a kind, before I begin, any 4 of a kind can be named. If people want to use a different one, or so you want to use the kings again, and they go, you know what, let's use the queens. We want to use all of them. Okay, I'm like, okay, we'll use the queens. All the high up card royalty. Forget the jacks, we don't need them. No, I'm kidding. Hashtag Jack Squad. I love the jacks. Anyways, let's say we're going to use the queens for this particular effect. And we go through the cards, and we see the queen diamonds right here. That's the first queen. We show a second queen, queen of hearts. That is the second one. And queen of spades right here. And then the final one, queen of clubs right there. And again, no queens amongst the top. Just that forgettable jack. I'm kidding. Turn the cards on over. And if we just wait a moment, it's been a moment, we can actually turn over and show all 4 queens like that. And that's pretty amazing. But I actually want to take it a step further and make it even more amazing if I can. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the queens. And again, do you have a favorite? And I ask them, and let's just say they say the queen of spades in this case. Okay, queen of spades is their favorite, so we'll use the queen of spades as the leader for this effect. So we got the queen of diamonds, queen of clubs, queen of hearts, and the queen of spades. And what we'll do is we'll get the queen of spades, leader card goes right here, and then we'll set the other cards aside for the little queen piles. And then we will also set 3 cards to each pile to add to the little puzzle. This is a little magician's thing of the queens traveling to the leader right here. So for the first 3 cards, ace of hearts, 8 of hearts, jack of clubs, go right there. 2 of hearts, 9 of spades, 4 of spades, they go right here. 10 of clubs, 2 of clubs, ace of clubs, go right there. And then 10 of spades, 9 of hearts, ace of spades, they go right there. And I'll set the rest of the cards aside. We don't need to use them anymore. And what we'll do is we'll actually square up these cards right here as fair as I can and have a spectator actually sit on them to make sure there's no way I can get at those cards. So we have that in play, and so here would begin the wonderful dance. Maybe you could do it to song if you want, of the vanishing queens. And so for the first one, I go like so. I give it a little wave over the pack, and you can actually show that the first queen has gone just like that. The second one goes a little more interestingly. The first time, it actually goes like that. It goes like that. And then, believe it or not, queen just goes just like that. That's queen number 2 gone. Queen number 3, like the first one, I just give it a wave over it. And believe it or not, card just goes just like that. All 3 piles, and you can actually openly, and it's nothing to do with the deck box. I can openly show it's just an empty card box. Okay, yay. We can show every card, and not a single queen, nothing crazy about it. Audience can check everything, and the queen seems to have vanished. But lo and behold, if the spectator may lift up, and they can do it all themselves, your Queen of Spades packet has attracted the other queens. And so we also see, in addition to the Queen of Spades, the Queen of Diamonds, the Queen of Clubs, and the Queen of Hearts. I'm Dan. This would be my Fism act if I had to do one, with a lot of interesting takes on many classical card tricks. I thank you for your time. I think this is worth like and subscribe, just in my opinion. And wishing everyone a wonderful day. If you haven't checked out this video or this video yet, definitely check them out. And I will see you in the next one. Oh boy, this is a long act if you're watching the whole thing. But it's a lot of good magic, and I cover everything in this remastered section properly with good quality, everything. And so we can have a great learning experience. And even, I'm going to double check to make sure my microphone is on. Yes, my microphone is on. So, I'm making sure we're doing everything correctly this time. Then, so before I go into the whole explanation of everything you need for this effect, if you can, give the video a like, subscribe if you can, and let's jump into this. I will be crediting along the way. But just real quick, if I was to show the inspiration, this is inspired a lot by Eddie Fechter's work. I alternated it. I alternate the Big Bang opener, how I choose to produce the first 4 of a kind. But a lot of the work is inspired by Eddie Fechter in the first effect. The Collectors was kind of inspired a little bit by Billy Goodwin's work and just other people's work wanting the... I wanted my own collectors, to have my own collectors like everyone else had. And so I made the third routine, which is Liberty's Collectors, which is just a great effect. Effect number 2 is the Invisible Palm Aces. I want to do a flashy, funny theme of the cards constantly reversing, so I came up with that and my own additions to the regular Invisible Palm Aces with a little twist to it. And then the fourth one is, I call it crazy, call it crazy as you want, Corona Aces, invented during the, crazy times. And what is special about that particular card trick is that you're able to do basically McDonald's Aces and give really good conviction without having gaff cards or anything of that nature. You start out impromptu, you get to use any 4 of kind. There's lots of benefits to that. And so I was inspired again by Eddie Fechter's ace trick to do it, and so I actually included his original phase in there, which you can alter out. You can change everything out if you want. But I just really want to give an ode to his effect and make it truly impossible. I know how he dealed out of the deck all the cards and found them some way, but if you could really do magic, you would just put that packet right underneath the spectator. Instead of vanishing it like in the original phase, you would just put that packet and say take it, and they would sit it underneath there. But they're sitting on it, and then you vanish all the queens right there, which with great conviction you did it, and the whole thing, they're convinced it's queens. It's just a great thing overall. So I did my crediting. I'll credit a little bit more along the way, but let's just jump into it. Normal deck of cards, and they could start out shuffled. Okay? Before we even begin. Set inside the card box. Okay? My entire Fism act is just a shuffle deck of cards and a coin. That is it. It is hilarious, but if I was to just do powerhouse effects in a short amount of time, I mean, this was literally what I do. It's just so much. These are hard-hitting banger routines. I've done Magic Castle. People go crazy for it when I'm serious. This is the stuff I would do. It's just powerful stuff. So, if you're ready to learn some powerful magic, let's jump into it. One final thing, you need to know how to do the Roadrunner Cull. And though I do teach some of my my own ideas in the Cull in a separate video, Cull Evolving Magic, you can search that up. The thing is that I really just want to be sincere and be grateful, always grateful to those who have taught me, and Culture really knocked it out of the park with the Roadrunner Cull, so I'll endlessly recommend that DVD. It is so amazing. So, with that out aside, because I will be using some Cull work, let's begin. We have this card box inside of our pocket. I usually use my back pocket just because it's easier to access and less, you could be more shaded. So then we go into the production. I go, excuse me miss, you got a little coin right here. I have people around me, and the coin is just right there. Okay? Sorry, I had to readjust the cards. They were like falling out. So I produce the coin, and then I can do some basic vanishes, and just a little mini one coin routine before you jump into the card tricks. So I produce a coin, show it, and I've covered all the basics of coin magic. You can check my coin magic playlist on my Evolving Magic page, or just type in coin magic, evolving magic, and you'll see the basics like the icebreaker coin routine. And so I covered all that, so I'm going to just do a quick walkthrough here. Okay, so after I've produced it, I can maybe do a little twirl, and then I do a finger palm vanish. Okay, and I give it a toss up. It goes. And then people are amazed, and I can just produce it off of my own shirt. And then I go, don't worry, my shirt's made of cashmere. Lame joke, but it's great. Sean mentioned it once, and it was just hilarious. I loved it. Anyways, you could do that, and maybe another quick vanish, and then you can go into the rest of the set, which is like a gag one coin routine. And I tried to add, this is my ideas to J. Nobilizada's one coin routine. So I go up to the spectrum after, so I've produced the coin, I've tossed it up, vanished it, produced it again, and I say, okay, now I really want, now I want you to actually hold onto the coin or check it out, whichever line you decide to use, or alternate it to your presentation, and you pretend, you mime giving them the coin, and nothing's there. So then you hand it to them, and then you just show, you do it slowly, and then the coin just goes, and you check it out here, and then people freak out, like, wait, what? It's in finger palm, just relaxing. You can do some open displays. Don't, like, purposefully say, hey, nothing's here. Great way to drag attention, but you just toss up, vanishes, produce it. I do finger palm vanish. Can you hold on to it for a second? It goes. Then I reproduce it from over my shirt, and I say, no, seriously, you can take it, and I do a false take. I don't do a French drop because I just think that's really not needed for 2022. I just think if you're really going to take a coin, you would just use your first two fingers, as I'll relentlessly say, with thumb in the back. This is how you pick up a coin. Do you pick up a coin like this? No. Anyways, I just do a fake take, Okay, and from the front, I know I probably flashed, but from the front, take it and then pretend to give it to them. It goes, and I just go like that, and then the coin's gone. I should turn my hand, shows it's gone, and then produce the coin from behind this shirt sleeve, from underneath the shirt sleeve, and then go. And people go, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy!" And then I do a Ed Marlowe taked spider grip vanish. First finger, second finger, thumb, hold it, and I just come over from covering the hand, and I grab it and I shove it right into classic palm. So I get the coin, shove it right into classic palm as I come forward to hand it to them, and I mime the same gesture and I do that, and they're so used to it not being there, and they immediately suspect the other hand, even though it's in classic palm. Again, watch your angles. Table work, it gets more trickier. Standing, I've already got the tilt, so I don't even need to worry about anything. But sitting, you have to be more watchful. I realize I flash more because I'm not able to take advantage of my angles if I'm standing. So after I do that, people immediately go to this hand, and I go, no, it's really gone. They can do this gesture, like adjust your jacket or shirt or whatever. People are freaking out. And then I could do a Lamask load where I can show my hand. And I say, it's crazy how the coin just can disappear. And what I do is show the hand, slowly close it. Looks really cool. Leave a little hole open right here. Hand comes over with classic palm, releases the classic palm coin into the hole in the Lamask load technique thing. So, hand closes, hand comes over, drops it, comes around. I can do this gesture to hype it up, per se. You could do that gesture, or give it a wave, snap, whatever you feel like, and then show the coins come back. And everyone's like, whoa, that's cool. And then I go into the production, and the production is this. I get the coin, and then I put it inside my pocket, and I pseudo it in classic palm. So again, classic palm, pretend to put the coin away. Goes to the pocket, grab onto the deck and pull the deck of cards out. You can do it at your own leisure and casually. I have pants on, so you can hear it, but normally you wouldn't hear it in any loud environment where it's not totally silent, like these situations. And if you are, just be mindful and take into consideration how to best handle the issue. You're clever. I believe in you. Whoever's watching this, you'll find a way. So after we do that, we then misdirect. You can drop it from classic palm, if you use the classic palm, to the finger palm. And then you produce it. So from here, what it looks like. Boom, boom. Okay? And then you can use your thumb to adjust them to finger palm, maybe. Then you say, oh, and I come forward and I say, you've got another little corner here. And they're already expecting it. So they're looking right here. Now, if you're doing this tabled, you can come up to the side, hands to the side, and it's just relaxing. They think there's no heat. Watch your angle so you're not flashing the pack. So you got it right at the side. Watch. You could practice in the mirror to see what angles you can get away with. You could even just clip by the thumb. And you say, this is crazy, but my card tricks are even crazier. And then you got that. If you're doing the standing, you can take more advantage by doing, as you stole now, load. You can do transitionary movements and shade to your advantage. So after I've vanished the coin, whatever, I can then produce the coin right here, which is what they're expecting. I've stolen out the cards, but you can't see it because the whole body's out of frame. And I say, this is amazing. And then I can transition. My whole body transitions to large motion as a smaller motion of the hands coming from low. You don't want to flash it. And then the table's blocking me from doing it in a smooth motion. But they would just immediately come together. Come together right now over me. Kidding. So then we wave the cards. And then we can do the production. And the production is the coins right here. Hands comes over. Again, you could practice in the mirror to see what angles you can get away with. And the transitioning motion is hard to see. And it just looks really awesome. I know I'm flashing right now, okay? But as you come up, okay, the thumb lets go and the coin goes into finger palm right here as the hand drops the object, whatever it is. In this case, it's cards. Leaves it at the thumb and the fingers, replacing it. And then you can wave the cards back or up, down, whatever you decide to do. So again, Apologies, 1 second. Got a coin. Okay. So we show the coin, and then we come over, and we can do it. So that's what it looks like in smooth motion. You can show it. Boom. Hand comes over and does it. Again, you want to practice in the mirror so you can get it looking natural. It doesn't look like it would look natural, but trust me, it does. And man, it works on crowds. And if you can really maintain good angles and good techniques, so minimize flash, you can actually do these kinds of productions surrounded. Because all the audience is just focuses here, and from the back end, no one's going to focus on the end. Because what reason is there? You're putting all the focus here as you produce a coin. People look at it, and then you can come over, and then boom. Looks great. So that's the first trick of the 5. And then we're going to get into the crazy card work now. I just want to do a simple card trick so it doesn't look like I only do card tricks. That was the whole point of the 1 coin routine. So we give that perception, and then we jump into the card stuff. So now that we're in the card stuff, we're going to start off with Big Bang Opener. Okay? We take the cards out with the dirty hand with holding the coin, assuming you're doing the whole act. Right here, you take the cards out. We let the spectator immediately shuffle them, or you hand it to a spectator who can shuffle them. And then you can ditch the box and the coin, so you end clean. Easy cleanup. Toss those. You'll be using these for a while, so it just seems logical. Ditch these both, and you are fine. Okay? So those are out of play. You're clean. Now the cards, again, really are shuffled by the spectator. And we do a technique I saw Nathan Gibson do. He never told me about, told me how to do it, but I just observed and I found it. What we're going to do is we're going to do a culling technique while we're up jogging cards. Okay? Now we ask a spectator, which do you like, jacks, queens, or kings? And let's say they say queens in this case. And I go, great. Now what we're going to be doing is, and this is why you need to know the culling technique, you need to know it very well, we're going to be up jogging the queens as we're culling the aces secretly. So first queen, and then I'm culling the ace, but I don't make a big deal about it, don't even mention it, I'm just culling it. Second queen right there, I up jog it, I go for third ace, or I don't know which ace I'm on, but I'm just culling, I see an ace and I'm culling it. I'm just so focused on this, so I just think queen, up jog, queen, cull ace. That is literally what is going on in my head. Up jog, queen, cull ace. Up jog, queen, cull ace. And then I go through all the cards showing everything's fair. And then I add the ace to the other. There's the ace on top. I'm like, yay, a little bit easier. And I square all the cards up, adding the aces to the top of the deck, which you can see right here. So all the aces are now on top of the deck. Okay. And then I have the queens right here. And then now I've put the focus. I just want to up jog them to showcase them. And then now I'm going to place them back inside the deck. And now I can cull this set. So this way of doing it, this gesture or phase, allows me to do a double set cull. So you can cull the aces, then cull another 4 of a kind. In this case, the spectator's queens. So it allows me an 8-card setup of 2 4 of a kinds, and that is a lot of power. That's crazy. I'm not sure if Nathan actually did this far this way, but I guess maybe my style. But you know what? I just want to talk about it because it is such a cool idea. So then you say, okay, and then we'll place the queens back inside the pack. Queen of clubs, queen diamonds, and I'm culling all those 4 cards. Queen of spades, and the queen of hearts. Okay, and they're lost inside the pack. You don't want to push too far up. You don't want to show the 4 aces unintentionally. Now they'll go, hey, why are the aces there? That would be a weird question to get. So now that we have the setup, just through talking to the spectator, we've got the 4 queens, and now we've got the 4 aces. We've got an 8-card setup to do the Big Bang Opener. So, we actually ask the spectator. I do it this way. You can actually do, after you did the cull for the 4 queens, in one version I did, and I just mentioned out there, you can actually do the culling and reversing technique, which I taught a tutorial on. You can reverse the cards. They were right there, and they're right there. Okay, let me actually just show the culling and reversing technique real fast. but I have a better video on it. I'm just overviewing it real fast. So if you're interested in learning colon reversing to be able to continue doing this routine, then it might be helpful to watch that video. But real fast, the colon, C-U-L-L-I-N, space N, space reversing. Not reversing, reverse in, I-N. No G. So, that said, we go into the technique. We call the first card, just same as we were doing before. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards cold. Okay, I cull all 4 cards. And then as I'm closing to get the cards to the top, I actually use my middle finger right here. Here's a cool little thing, real fast. I use, hopefully there's enough light to the cards, you can see it. I use my middle finger, or my ring finger, whichever, and I do a half pass underneath the cards, like so. Now, while it may be obvious, we usually have shade, or we have the cards jogged off, so we got more shade to do the reverse. Our hands are lower, like we're doing a mirror change, or whatever you want to call it, but your hand is lower, so it's shaded there, it's shaded from the sides, it's shaded everywhere, and then we just use our middle finger to push the cards into a reverse. And by doing so, we have reversed the queens. Okay, so you got reverse queens on the top of the pack, and then you got 4 aces below it, face down. Okay, and let's say you're just doing the Eddie Fector style. Then I would cut the cards. It's just simple cut the cards. That's all you're doing. And you ask the audience, whoever it is, or a magician. In their case, they had chosen. Which cards did they choose? They chose queens. I would ask them, queens up or down. And that's a classic Eddie Fector line. But I am forcing the result, sadly. You'll see what I mean. They say up, then I turn the cards over, and I say, cards down, queens up. And then they go, whoa, that's crazy. And in the case they say up, then I turn the cards over in the same way. In either case, I turn the cards over and I spread them face down. And in this case, they say queens up. I go cards down, queens up. And then they go, whoa, that's exactly what I wanted. So in either case, you make it feel like if they didn't know the second choice or the alternative choice, it makes it feel like you did exactly what you say you're going to do, and you got an amazing result, and the queens are right here. Whoa. That's one way. The other way I do it is that, as in the performance, I did a kind of a Daniel Madison combination with Oz Perlman's Blossom production. So what it looks like is, if you were to do Daniel Madison's thing, again, credit to both of them. Check out their material. For Daniel Madison is Dangerous 2 DVD set. That's where I saw it from. And then from Oz Perlman, it was his Watch Magic DVD, I believe. Great DVD, check it out. So I would do the Madison Sybil. Look like so. This. Again, if you want to learn it, check with Madison. I want to be fair to the guy. He's really, really amazing. In my book, he's a legend. Then we've shown a card. Flick it. Okay. And, oh, I forgot one detail. Forgive me. But at least we covered the card shot so you can see for the rest of it. The one detail I forgot is that we got a KM move the third card from the top. So let's say we're not doing just the easy spread that I covered earlier, but we want to do the production, a flashy production. We need to reverse the fourth card from the top. You can use your favorite method, but the one I just tend to use is the KM move. I just spread the couple cards off, and I say I want to show you something cool. And then I turn, my hand turns just for a brief second, and the fourth card is going to make a perfect L. Okay, the fingers of the dominant hand are going to pull this card up. Classic KM move. I believe it's Ed Marlowe's, I believe, and just pops on up. So spread the cards, a couple cards off, 4 cards. We want the fourth card reversed. So we clip it like that, and then we add the cards on top. Looks obvious, right? But a lot of magicians still use it, but they alternate it to hide it. So I push off a couple cards. I turn as I do the reverse, so you can't see it. You're just covering the moment, and then coming back. And you want it misdirected, so you could just do an offbeat and no one wonders or anything. It's just a casual move. But I mean, the spectators may think you did something, but not anything crazy. It's just like, whatever. It just blows by people. You just do the cam move, whatever you're set up. I do it in front of people, no one really cares. It's just great. So then I do the Madison's forcible thing. Okay. Great one. It was like the only thing I could actually properly learn from his DVD set, because this stuff is really hard. But I learned this, and I loved it to death. Thank you, Madison. It was worth every penny. I do the card shot. Okay. And so again, now we've got a face-up card. We've got 2 face down, and then the reverse card. We get a break underneath each of the face down cards. So a break below the first face down card, break below the second face down card. I use my ring finger for the first one, and then my pinky for the second one. Okay? And you could actually start out, yeah, I do get a break underneath both. I use my forefinger to cover the breaks or the expansion so it doesn't look crazy or wacky. Okay? So I get that, and then I cover the card on top, and I say that's what one at a time would look like. So I would do this. I give them the choice 4 of a kind. Sorry, all at once or one at a time. One at a time would look like this. And again, 80 to 90% of people choose all at once. It's just natural choice, which is great. All at once. Give me the money shot. Anyways, so we show the card, and then we set it on top of the deck. After we've shown it, again, we're in position. 4th card from top is reversed. I've shown it. After I flicked it, boom, set it on top of the deck. That's what one at a time would have looked like. I gesture to them and all at once, and then I take a double, and then I start doing a Dan Dave Jonas change flicky thing. So middle finger and thumb, and then using your forefinger, you just rotate the card. So you do it as a full rotation. Does a 360, and then you can get to come back, and it ends up face up. So when you start off, you pick up a double, it's face down, and you say, that's one at a time. And you want to see all at once, and then I rotate it halfway right here, and then I use the this corner right here of the index right here to touch my dominant hand. In this case, it's my left hand. I turn it down. So now this double right here is face down. There, I've got a break underneath this card in the front right here, and then the face-up card right there. And so, again, one last time, just getting to that position, then I'll do the production. Don't worry. I do it, mass and flourish, okay, and then I show one of the queens, boom, shoot it across, I show it, amazing, get a break along 2 cards, take the double, I say that's what one time will look like, and then I do the flourish like that, showing the card, do it halfway back, so the back is showing and face down, it's like this, okay, forefinger right here on the face. Then I use the corner index right here to turn the card on down, and then all at once would look like, I would say all at once would look like, and then I would use my forefinger to pull down the card, show this double, and then pull back on these cards showing another double, and you get this position. And man, that looks like cool production. 4 of a kind would look like, boom. Man, that looks cool. 4 of a kind. And then they remember you. Oh, so great. Such a great moment. So that's 2 options you can do, however you do it. And in the case they ask for 1 at a time, well, you know enough cuts to be able to do a flashy production. And if you don't, well, learn one. I think you'll have some fun. Now you've got a reason to learn a 4/8 production using just cuts. And retain, this is the other thing, you would need to retain the 4 aces right below it. In either case, that is the idea. And so now we've done the production of the 4 queens. And now we continue on with the routine of Big Bang Opener, and we're going to go right into acrobatic aces. I ask them which is their favorite. Let's say they say the Queen of Hearts, right there. I then get a break underneath 4 cards. You can do this casually, sight counting, and then get a break like so, using a Brother John Hammond technique. You can riffle down 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then forefinger goes inside right here, thumb clips, and it pops up, and you got a break right here. That was taught by Daryl in Encyclopedia of Card Sleights Volumes, I don't know, 4 or 5. I'm taking a guess. But now we are in this position. We got a break underneath 4 cards. You can even just spread the cards and then just get a break. And we can use other cards, but I want to focus on the queens. You've got a 4-card break. Okay? No matter what the reason, you've got a break. Or the way you do have a break. You get a break on me. Now they've chosen their favorite one. Now they've got the break on the 4 cards. We push off the top card with the thumb in the dominant hand right here, and we scoop all the cards up. And in classic acrobatic aces fashion, since it is acrobatic aces, and I want to be respectful, and I'll leave it to Amar to teach it. I'm going to keep the explanation very, very brief because I respect and love this effect, even though it's not my own. Got squared up the cards, and now it's the position is you got a break below an 8-card packet, 4 face down aces right here, and then above on top is 4 queens. Okay, and they presume you only have the 4 queens. So then you start doing the Marlowe move, where you peel off a card, turn it over, peel off a card, turn it over, peel off a card, turn it over, and then drop the last card. The last queen, in this case Queen of Hearts, with the 4 cards right below it as you drop it off. So now you got the queen right here and 4 aces right here switched out. Really cool. So from there we deal the queen, and we can even do this gesture or little flourish. Boom. So you take it, turn it down, turn it up. That's the queen. And then you can set the 3, however you want to do it. You could do this one and 3 others behind it. Take it with middle finger and thumb. You just push it off, do that, whatever. You just want to show it's coming off the top deck. And then we do the, there's so many ways to do it. I already know that Howard would say, but you gotta do it this way, pop it and go like that. But it feels so much more magical if you just do the wave change one part and then you extend it to a second magic moment. So that's why I do this. I show the card, I turn it face down, I show it, I display it, I turn it face up, and then I do my take on the twirl change. I've covered it so you can watch a different video. Again, I'm overviewing it really fast. Grab it by the corners of the indexes, okay? And all you do is use your forefinger right here and turn it over, okay? So what I would recommend you do is you start with a shake once, shake twice if you want, and you display the card each time, the queen in this case. And then you do extend shake, keep it in frame, mind you, the frame right here, but just extend it, and then that's when you flip it over using your forefinger, and then you just shake it right here. And you can show the card. And you can make it fluid. You wouldn't want it just like this and show it change, because then that's weird. Long, and then that looks weird. So what I tend to do is I just watch. It's hard for me to describe it. I just tend to do it like this. I can show it, hasn't changed. Show it, hasn't changed. Show it one last time, and then I do it like that. And it seems fluid. Like the wrist is just breaking the wrist. It just looks like this to get to change, and then boom. Again. 1, casually relax the hand. 2, casually, and you show the card. You turn it up to show the card. And then 3, extend the hand, and then long shake, and then breaking the wrist. You show it like so. You go fast, and then slow it down, and then boom. So one last time. Show the card. Turn it up. Queen of Hearts. Shake it. Okay, you could even just start with a shake if you just want to go directly into it. If you're under time and pressure, I think I probably just did that. So if you're under time and pressure and you just want to do the shake real fast, boom. But if you want a really magical moment, check this out. I would just go like this. Boom. Nothing's happened yet. Nothing's happened yet. But if I just shake it just right, it can work. And it just looks so magical. Anyways, so the queen turns into the ace. And I say, why? And I push off 4 cards very openly, and then I get a break underneath the 4 cards below the ace, and then I say Y1, and then I pull back the cards, so I square them on up, break right here. I have the card right here, and I go Y1, and then I take the single card, turn it face down like so, turn it face up, and then I go when you can get all 4, and I just scoop underneath. Lift up, and then you can show all 4 aces. And spectators are reacting to that. Now, you don't get a break. What you have to do during this time is you're going to do hip reverse. You're going to do a hip reverse with the cards. You do a knee reverse, whatever's convenient, but you need to do a 4-card reverse because you got that 4-card break. So I just tend to do a hip reverse. So hip reverse or hip pass, whatever, half pass, whatever you want to call it. And then I get the cards reversed, the queens right here. So spectators are amazed. Wow, queens just turned into aces. Wait, what? And then they're reacting to that, which is amazing. And again, I do sit and stand during my routines, so apologies in advance. So then I cut the packet in half, and I just casually say, yeah, that's amazing. Cut the packet in half, complete the cut. Now the queens are in the middle. Set the cards aside, and then I showcase the aces, that they really did change, and I really take away the heat that I'm not doing anything with the deck. And I make some casual comments about it. You can check the performance. Then I spread the cards like so, and then we can show that the queens are back in the center. Whoa, that is crazy. And everyone's freaking out. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And then I make a joke. This joke is optional, and you could actually just take the spectator's suggestion for it. But it's just a funny little gag I like to play. It really works well with the audience if you've got a funny by-play audience who just really enjoys Magic, and you're having fun with them. You can say, here's an important, you get super serious for a second. Here is a super important decision that's going to determine the entire outcome of the show. And so here's the move. We show the 4 queens, okay? We push inside the deck, and we're going to jog it. Hopefully you can see this. I jog it like so. Like Erdnase, SW Erdnase style, we jog the cards, okay? Like we're doing diagonal palm shift. And then we turn the cards like we do a Elias shift, you know, where you cut the cards. But and we jog it so the cards are currently right here. All 4 are hanging out right here. So we, if I may, I'm going to shift it back up so I can actually do it again. And hopefully you can see it. Maybe I'll do it over the shoulder real fast, if we could. Okay, so if I may, I'm trying to adjust for lighting to make sure it looks good. Okay, here we go. So we got the cards. We jog. Oops, hopefully I can show it. Jog the cards right here. We go in sideways. Okay, let me lift up my glasses so I can see this better. Jog them right here. Okay, and then and this is under the shade of this hand, okay? You wouldn't see anything, but I have it like so. Thumb is right here, and then I twist them out like so, and I got them in this position, okay? All 4 queens, like so. Wait. Like so, okay? So we got all 4 queens like this. Thumb is at the back of this pack right here. Again, the 4 cards are right here sticking out, but it's all covered under the packet, so it just looks like this. You're holding the deck, but you've got 4 cards out. And then this is literally, you just pull all the cards down and you reverse them. So 4 fingers right here. Second and third fingers are right here. Thumb is contacting this side of the deck, the left-hand side. So from the front, now we can go back to this position. Oh, it's getting bright. Let me put on my glasses. We get these cards and pull them down as we reverse them. So again, we've got the cards, and I'll just start doing it, and so you could actually see the timing of the last part. Okay, we show the 4 queens, jog them, straighten them out with the ring finger right here. Okay, we got them right here. And the audience is misdirected, so you don't have to worry. I then shade it. I can turn sideways as I shade it. And then use your fingers. Again, 4 fingers. It's like a straddle grip. 4 finger right here. Pinky at the back. 2 fingers right here. Thumb contacting the from the recessive hand right here. The thumb contacting left, in this case, my left-hand side. And we literally just grab the cards and just pull all of them openly, hopefully I can capture it, pull them out, strip them out, and just reverse them onto the pack. Okay, so they're all reversed right there. It's very crude, I know, but even in professional situations, it's fine because they're examining it. They've created misdirection. You're fine. You're just doing the move. So I've got the move. And again, one last time. I'm going to do it in real time, though. 4 cards. Okay. And I tell them to examine the aces, make sure everything's fair. Misdirected. Done the shift. Pull them down. Okay. And we are there. Now, from here, I get a pinky break on the cards. And then I immediately shift into the thumb and middle finger. So now I can hold the break right here. And I turn the hand sideways so the break is not shown, nor the queens because they're reversed. So I have it right here. And in my hand, this is going to sound weird, but my hand comes around. And then it takes the break with the thumb. Surprisingly, it takes the break with the thumb. And then you use the fingers to re-grip everything with the dominant hand being my left hand. Well, after the thumb pushing off, we now have an opening to get a pinky break right here. And then now we've got it, so we've got a break. We turn over the cards. Now we've got a break underneath these 4 queens. Okay, they're reversed, but it doesn't make sense that they would be reversed like this. So we want to hide this because we're currently displaying this back pack. It would be weird if you showed a double backed pack. So again, what it would look like is I've shown it. It's all phasing thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, display them. We'll come back to them in a bit. Examine the aces. They do momentary misdirection. We've done the move. Pull it down. Okay, you don't have to worry about flash so much. Again, you have a couple seconds misdirection there, so you're fine. But if you do want to practice it, and so you can make it angle proof, you can do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here are the queens. Examine them. Examine the aces, please. We want to do, make sure everything's fair and above board. And you can even use the table edge to your advantage, so you can be able to do the move with more shade. So that's good. Again, then I get a pinky break. I immediately transfer it to the thumb break. Hand comes over, and then thumb pushes over the card, so you can finally get it in the desired position, which is a break with your dominant hand, or in my case, left hand. The break below the 4 cards, their face. But you can't show it yet, okay? And then you ask a spectator after them looking at it, or you can ask them during. Sorry, itchy. I just got a mosquito bite. Which ace would they like? And they say, let's say the ace of hearts in this case. Or you know what? Let's say ace of spades. Let's go classic. They say ace of spades. Okay. And I go, which one next? Ace of diamonds, then hearts, and then clubs. Okay. No love for the clubs. Which is a bonus presentational idea. We then lift off the 8-card packet, which seems like just 4 cards. The audience is not aware of these cards being added. And then I start turning over the cards one at a time. 1, that's ace of clubs, ace of hearts, ace of diamonds, and then the ace of spades. You can show it. You don't want to show the thickness of the 5 cards under the ace of spades. So I just turn it down to display it directly towards them so they can't see the packet thickness. Then I push off the 3 cards that are face down, the actual aces. You can even display them, the actual aces. They are the actual aces. And then I act like I'm squaring everything up. The 3 aces are squared onto the deck, and they stay with the deck. They don't move. These aces square like they're taking off the cards, but nothing's actually happening. You just square like this, and that's actually what's happening. But what we add to cover that is we immediately risk kill. So after we've done that thing, we risk kill, so it seems like the cards were absorbed into this ace of spades packet. Then we can turn it face down and take it to the bottom. And then now we can, and we are in the position currently where we have the ace of spades and the 4 queens right here. We've done the switch. And on the bottom, reverse is 3 aces. That is our current position. Okay? And so from here, I'm just going to be mimicking or loosely saying, I don't want to make confirmative statements that really lie to my audience, but I say the ace of spades packet. It's packet, it has an ace, so I'm going with that. So, I mean, you could just don't be too bold because they actually check your work, or they call your bluff, then you're like a king with his pants down, and that's not good. So we got the 5 cards. We just do a display as 4. We do an escanio, which is top card out, bottom card out, and then you use your forefinger or middle finger, whichever, to take the next card from the bottom, and you get a spread like this. Okay, so top, bottom if you want at the same time, and then middle finger usually contacts the next bottom card, pull it out, and then you got this. Okay, and then this last card is a double right here because of the Scagno. You take it off with middle finger and thumb, you give it a little bend, and then you set it down. Okay, a little practice to feel confident about it, and then you'll eventually get it and not have to worry about it. Okay, and don't put too much heat on it. If you add too much heat, people will look underneath and then start to see a thickness to it, and you don't want that. So I immediately go forward with it to cover it, but not really to cover it, but I just go over it, and I say I want to show you about palming, and I'm putting emphasis right here, not too far from here, but the audience generally focuses now up here. And I want to show you about palming. Do you know about palming? They go, no. Here's how it works. You push off a card and you kind of palm it. You could do a false explanation if you want, and then you can mention how you're not very good at it. Presentationally, it's one option. And then I would say push off a card. I would push off a card. Here is how you do, and you could actually show 3 in this case. I would take off the card, don't show it. You can't show any of the cards except the bottom card, Ace of Spades, which, you know, you want to be respectful towards. So you say, oh, and this card's amazing, and you could just keep on doing multiple flashes. Not necessary, okay? So we push off the top card, turn it over, and I say this is invisible palming. Invisible palming is where your hand comes over, and you literally just do like a pseudo fake take vanish, or what most people consider the French drop, with the cards coming over and the card just falling. Okay, you have it up here, card is falling under the shade, card falls, and it's perfect. And then your hand comes forward and it acts like it has something, squeeze on up, show nothing. The double, you're coming down to spread it, and yeah, most people know already if you're this far into the channel about the invisible palm. But if you don't, hand comes over, covers, and then you just push off the top card, and then you can show, and then you can push off with the thumb, so you can show 2 cards, and then they see 2 cards and they're freaking out. 1 card is jumped through invisible palm. Whoa! So from there, you do that, and you can square up and do a casual display if you want the Ace of Spades. I mean, not that display, but say that's the first ace to have gone across. Casually point, show Ace of Spades. I'm trying to do the best I can with displays. You know, you want to judge it accordingly to how many displays you do, 1 or 2, okay? Because you could really only show this ace because all the rest are queens. So we got the position that we've shown 2. We've shown maybe an ace display if you want. That's the first ace to go across. Next one, and this is 3 cards, but only showing 2, and this is 2 cards right here. We take this card packet with the middle finger and thumb, slide out the bottom card, top card's a double. We take these 2 cards, give it a quick bend, drop it, don't worry it won't split. Take the next card, and then we turn it. We do the same thing for invisible palm. Come over, drop, pretend take it, squeeze, and then show the card has made the trip. That's 3 cards. Whoa. So from here, and I want to make sure my audio's on because I really don't want to take this again. Okay, we're good. Yeah, having your audio off and then speaking to, you got great video but no sound. Oh, it's terrible. Anyways, so we got the card, and we don't show this card, but we're on their last one, and then we say to the spectator simply, after all my trial and errors of doing this routine, I simply go up to the spectator and say, can you hold your palm up? They turn their palm up. Can you turn your palm down? They hold their palm down. And then I take from here the last card, which is going to be the ace. Okay. And then I take the ace, I put it right here, face up, right here. And again, the cards can be set aside. You don't even need the rest for this. I then take the double and the 2 cards right here. I take it, I show a fair image. I show all 3 like this, even though the top card's the double. Square everything on up, put it in front of them, I just gesture, and spectators naturally put their hand on top. And I say, keep it there, I'm going to do something amazing. Okay? So they have their palm like this. And you could also do the same thing with the regular invisible palm aces. This idea is just a great one. I credit me, my friend Sean Trin, and I believe Makoto, because Makoto was actually working on this effect with us. So Makoto Hallerson, you're amazing. Okay? I just want you to know that. Anyways, so their hand is on top, so we can mime that with this card box. And then we have the 3 aces are reversed, and we want to get this last ace on top of it, and the deck is reversed. How do you do that? Well, I just put focus on the ace and misdirect. So I say this last ace is going to do something amazing, and I casually, as I'm putting all the focus over here, I'm just casually turning over the deck, and so no one notices. So it's very casual. This ace of spades right here, and I can even do a flick to misdirect the attention, will do something amazing, and then I've got the deck set up. So the entire deck is reversed. The 4 aces are right here, and so then from here I mime pretending to put the card inside the spectator. So that's the first time. Second time I fiddle like once or twice, or maybe 3 times, and I say, for real, I've got this, and then maybe I brush away, and then I do the magical moment, which is just a rub-a-dub vanish. So as you come forward, you act like you're coming forward, and then you pull the card back underneath the cover of this hand. So boom, 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 boom. So as it comes over, you pull back, and you act like it keeps on going. And if you want to be respectful to the spectator, you don't have to touch them. You can just hover over them. But, you know, for the right moment, just give it a gentle rub, and then show the card's gone. And the spectator goes, wait, what? And then the spectators will ask each other, did you feel it? Yeah, I felt it. It's amazing. Or, no, I didn't feel it. It just went on through. Which is crazy. So then, now that we've done that, and now we have all 4 aces on top, and this whole deck is reversed, we're going to do a move in a second. But for right now, I would first direct the spectator, lift up your hand, and don't turn over the cards yet, just spread them on out. Has all 4 cards made the trip? And through those statements, they can say, yes, whoa, that's great. Now, here's the thing, and you can time this to be when they do all 4 cards. You could do a Paul Rosini turnover pass, I believe. That's who it is, Paul Rosini turnover pass. You do a turnover pass. It's the one by Illusionist where you go like that, okay? Being very crude and flashing it. But we're going to do that basic move under the guise of either this misdirection or turning over the cards, whichever you like. And how I reveal these cards, the switched in cards, which is their queens that they originally wanted. How do I reveal it? I say, spread the cards, and then did all 4 make the trip? Yes, amazing. And then they want to turn over, and I go, you remember, before you turn over, remember those queens you had wanted? If I just give it a little wave, maybe a little snap, you could turn over, and then they could turn over and show all 4 queens. And that would probably be the timing misdirection as they do that and they're reacting to that you do the Paul Rosini turnover pass. Boom. And now through a pass or whatever cut or whatever you want to do, you've got the aces in the center, and then you could show your hands empty, you could drop the cards and go, yeah, that the queens are amazing. And they have appeared through the effect. And then I would just go, and you know what's even crazier? Those aces, remember those aces? If I spread the pack, and this time you can actually spread them face up with them face down, they just appear back in the center, and then you could show all 4 aces, or you could do it reversed, you know, showing them face up amongst all face down cards. In either case, you get a huge applause cue, and everyone's reacting to it. And they say more, but they don't want more royal magic like this. They want a card trick. So, knowing that, they big claps, and so it is divided into technically 5 parts. Coin trick, big bang opener, invisible palm aces, which we just did, Liberty's collectors, and then closing with the Corona aces. So now we jump into the Liberty's collectors part of the routine. I was kind of loosely inspired by many different routines, collectors, ideas, and also by a fellow entertainer. And they inspired me to actually finish this collector's routine I've been working on for years. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that's great. I want to attribute my joy to something awesome. And you were around, so I'm like, okay, Liberty, I credit you for the title of this piece. Even if, she didn't really have anything to do with this, hilariously. That said, we're going to go into the routine. And we've got the queens and aces, and we give the spectator a choice. You may honestly use whichever ones you want, and we'll set the others aside for this effect, and they choose the queens. So we'll set the aces aside. Okay? And we can have the cards shuffled, and I say we'll also come back to the queens in a bit for this particular effect. Right now we're going to have cards selected. And you like the Queen of Hearts as the leader, right? And you go, yeah, okay. We will come back to these cards in a bit. And what we're executing is a 4-for-4 switch, like so. And so we're just being very casual about it. We show the 4 queens. We're going to switch them out. I up jog them. This is not part of the original 4-for-4. It just makes it a more shade and much more natural. So I show it. I can turn it down. And then I can do the drop, opening, executing the 4-for-4. We get this position. I can actually show it in this case. Looks great. Turn over all the cards. You get this extra display of the cards sticking out as you square them. And it affirms that the cards are still there, seemingly. I push up the top 4 cards and set them aside. Looks extremely fair, but yet they're all switched out. Okay, that is the 4-for-4. And then now we're with the queens on top of the deck. We're going to have 3 cards selected, and this is why in this case that the dribble is perfect for this. So we dribble the cards, and we have 3 cards selected. So 1 spectator, 2 spectators, and 3 spectators. If the deck feels a little bit lighter than usual, remember that the 4 aces are out, 4 selections out, and 3 cards just got selected. So it's not you. And then the cards are shown, and I can do this for demonstration purposes. 2, 5, 8. Okay, so those are the cards: 2 of hearts, 5 of clubs, and the 8 of clubs, like so. And then we're going to have the and while the cards are being shown to the audience, this is the misdirection I get. I say I don't want to look at them. Memorize your cards, and I push up the top 4 cards very crudely. I get a break underneath the 4 cards, and then I do a hip reverse of these 4 cards, but not on the face of the deck as we would normally do, like so, and we would get it 4 face up on the rest of the packet. No, no, no. We're actually going to get a break underneath all 4 cards, and we're going to hip reverse it, or hip reverse, or whatever method you have for reversing it. We're going to take these 4 cards and transfer them and square it up with the bottom of the deck. So all the cards are face down, except for the bottom 4 cards, which are reversed queens. Okay, that is what we want. It's going to get a little bit interesting, but I think you'll really enjoy it because it's a 2-for-1 move that really makes it really amazing. So then we have the cards. So we have the position check is rest of deck, 4 face down queens on bottom that are face up, reversed in the deck. We're putting the cards back. We can't tilt the cards up because we're going to flash. So what we do is we have the cards return face down. I'll take back the cards one at a time. Or you can spread and have the cards returned each one. This is most likely what I do. I'd show it, put it back, I'd push off a couple cards, I'd have the card return face down, I'd show it, okay, and I'd leave it sticking out, and I push off some more cards, and I still try to leave a little bit of room because you're going to need a little bit of room for the cut you're going to do, the Elias cut. And then we show the 3rd card, and we leave it sticking out. Again, we want to try to get the cards a little bit above halfway above the rest of the deck, but you know, what can you really do? Again, I can't show this bottom card, so after I've shown each card individually when it's being replaced, I can push off a couple cards, leaving this deck right here, not showing the bottom card, and turning over these cards, and then show all 3 selections one last time. I show them, and then I do the Elias multiple shift, which was featured in, if I may, oops, apologies. Those 4 cards we switched out are still right there. Okay. And the Elias multiple shift, I'm going to try to do it from the back angle. I'm going to first, well, no, I'll just actually do the move and just walk it through with you. So the 3 cards are right here, the 3 selections, cards reversed on bottom. So we're in an interesting position that I'm taking advantage of. What we do is we shove these cards in, as I did in one of the previous tricks, shove it in, and we're doing the SW Erdnase like a diagonal palm shift. Okay, and this is just the way I do it. I know I'm probably not doing it correctly, directly, the Elias multiple shift. I just learned it. I learned the general idea of it through Dear Mr. Fantasy book, and I just got it good enough that I do it this way. I get by, so don't judge me. After I jog the cards, 3 cards right here, I then use my first finger and second finger and thumb. Contacts the, this is my left hand in this case, so dominant hand, so it's right here, contacts the left hand dominant sides part of the deck, and so everything's just being shaded, looks fine copacetic, but here, without the shade, it looks like this. So from here, we straighten out the cards, okay? And then we straighten them out so they're sideways. Okay, so what it looks like, if I'm to do it again, you gotta be careful about positioning because you've got 4 cards on the bottom. So we got 2, 5, 8. Okay, we have them right here. We shove them in, diagonal palm shift style right here. We use our fingers right here, like we're doing it with grabbing these cards with a straddle grip. Grabbing a straddle grip basically is how I imagine it. Right there. I'm trying to get as much light as I can to this. I need to lift up my glasses so I can see this better. Yeah, I should raise up the ISO. Oop, that's a little bit high. Okay, so we grab right here. So it's grabbed in a straddle grip, 4 finger above, 2 fingers right here, and then pinky below. Grabs it and then straightens it back so it's just out jogged. Ultimately, whatever position you want to get into, you just get it out jogged like this. If you know a better way to get into it faster and get all 3 cards out jogged like this, go for it. Your hand is covering it so it looks like this. And then all you do is you cut below. You have to make sure, this is the most important part. You have to cut below the lowest card. You have to cut below it when you do your swing cut. So it's covered right here. And when we do a swing cut, we go below the, you just have to go a little bit below the lowest card of the deck. So right here. So if I swing cut right here, I've already cut below it, we're fine. So so the cards that look like this, we lift up to swing cut. And as we do, we're leaving all the selections behind because we're actually stripping them out through this cut. So by cutting below, oops. Let me get these cards back out so I can demonstrate. Here we go. So after we got them right here, okay, so they're jogged out right here. From here, we do a swing cut below the 3 selections, just to make sure it is below. Okay, you can get a feeling for it. You can get a feeling as you start to do a swing cut, as you start it. If you're going to strip out all the cards, it's just a feeling thing and you can practice it. As we take the cards into a swing cut, we have now officially stripped out the cards and they are hanging right. And they are hanging right here. Okay, so 3 selections are hanging out right here. But I've already stripped it out, and then continuing action, I could shade this so we're fine. And then I come down at an angle so I can square everything up, and the stripped out cards can go right on top. And while you've been doing that, you also were able to cut, while it's not perfect, but you cut the cards in reverse into nearly the center. Right here, the 4 queens can be seen right here, reversed, which is quite crazy. Now I can lower it. Now that I was able to cover the move pretty good. Let me go back. I'm going to come back to the front. Okay, so now that we covered that move very well, it was one of the things I was worried about teaching, but, you know, again, it was referred to and described very well in John Bannon's Dear Mr. Fantasy card book. Great card book. Most of what he does today is in that book, so definitely check it out. It's a personal favorite of mine. And I refer to it a lot. It's so great. So one last time, I'll do the strip out cut. Okay, 2, 5, 8. And so you can show the 3 cards. 2, 5, 8. Let's say right there. You can show the cards like so. You can't show the bottom card. You'll flash. But you can push them off and leave the packet right here and then show these 3 cards right here. So 2, 5, 8, great. And then you shove them in diagonally, straighten them out in the same way, parallel with the cards. We shove them in diagonally. We straighten them out. We get the straddle grip. We straighten it out. So we got the cards right here sticking out. Then we go deep enough that we can be able to feel it with the swing cut, that we've got all the cards stripped out, whatever amount you feel is for all 3 cards to be stripped out. You can test it through practice, so you get enough to clear the cards, and you got enough to make it look like the queens are in the center, which are right now right here. So we do the swing cut, stripping out the 3 cards. Okay, you got the cards right here, the 3 selections hidden right here, and the rest of the deck right here is going to come on top. We don't have to go to a slight angle. We just can come down, squaring the selections on the top. Everything is completed by the cut, and not only that, the queens are now in the center, which is amazing. You've set up so much in just a single cut, which is just crazy. I'm really impressed by getting that far. And I said, and don't worry, we didn't forget about the queens. And while I'm addressing the queens in this case, and while I'm casually addressing the queens, I get a triple card break. Now you can just sight count, get 3 cards. You can openly just show the cards and say, and we won't need to focus on these cards anymore. Let's focus on the kings. Whatever reason, you got 3 card break, however you do it, and then you actually palm the top 3 cards. So you come over and you just palm the top 3 cards. I do a brow gesture where I show the back of the cards, and then I can toss them, need it be. And then after I toss them, I turn them face up, because we're going to need them face up for the production of it. Okay, the cards need to be face up. You'll see why in a second. I come over to collect, and you can just do this gesture to collect the kings together, and then we just add the palm cards. There's multiple ways you can do it, but I just casually do it like this. No one's the wiser, and yeah, it just goes right into it. Now we've got in position 4 random cards and 3 selections on top, which we added. Okay, and here is how I do it. You ready? I just slip a top card, I slip the second card, and then I take them to the bottom. That is literally how I set up for the end production, openly. And I say, and these kings right here are going to do something really amazing. And then I just set them on top. You could do that or whatever justification. It's not too hard to justify just taking 2 cards off the top and taking them to the bottom. And that's all you need to do. And to close, you just turn the cards face up. It's a 7-card pile. Treat them as if it's only 3 cards, because that's all the audience is going to see. You turn the card over, face up. People see one of the selections, and they go, wow, wait, what? The kings, wasn't that kings? And they see a selection. Okay, I messed up kind of in the performance where I showed an off card, but it's just like the cards keep on changing, so I justified it like that. And the audience goes right over it, and then they're still amazed that I was able to change whatever cards there were into the selections, and then the production happens. So to do the production of all 3 cards, again, we've taken 2 cards from top to the bottom. So the position check is 2 selections, random cards, and then the final selection. So 2, 5, 8, and we've got that 2, 5, 8 right here. So to do it, we just do a start of an Ascanio. We show the 2 hearts, pull it off, pull the 8 underneath, and we pull it out like this. We do it presentationally, so up and out. The 8 is just pulled out sideways, and the 5 is holding or maintaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards underneath it. So it looks like so. From the front, take off the top card, take off the bottom card. It looks like this. It looks like, I don't want to say banana, but left, right, it looks clean, in the middle. You don't want it from the front. You want to do it up here so people can see the selections. You can name it off so people see it. They can acknowledge it, but they can't get too close to see it because you're trying to manage a single card, even though the 5 of clubs is holding 5 cards. And they're all face up, and this helps for the next phase you're going to see. So I say, and your cards, the 2 of hearts, the 8 of clubs, and the 5 of clubs right here. And they see it, and then they react, whoa, no way! And then we're going to clean up immediately so we don't have to worry about it. I take the 5 of clubs, and it's 5 cards in this case, so boom, and I take the right hand packet with the 5 cards, take it, immediately drop it to the face up packet. Hey, now you know why. And we dropped it so we can clean up. Then we drop the 2 and we show it, and drop the 8, show it, and we are clean. And now spectators trying to figure it out won't understand discrepancies. You're fine. And then we also, on top of all that, we misdirect by saying to the spectator, and remember those queens you were using? Like, what happened to them? Remember? And they go, yeah, what happened to them? And if I spread the cards, they can see 4 face-down cards themselves, or you can turn over, it can be face-up and you spread it. Either case, you show 4 cards, somehow being reversed in the center all at once, and that is 4 queens. And then they react. Whoa, oh my gosh. And this could be a standalone piece, but I'm doing this in a Fism act. So, there's that. You just pull out a 4 of kind and just do it. And it's a great effect. It's a powerful thing. You see the queens and selections transpose, and it seems beautiful. It's an odd kind of collector's routine transposition. It's like an underground transposition by Brother John Hammond, so I can credit him there. But it has its own thing. It's quirky, it's nice, it's cool. I like it. That is Liberty's Collectors, and I think it's definitely worth a like and a subscribe. And then we're going to jump into the final one, which is my Corona Aces, or something. I actually did call it Corona Aces because I was locked down. You gotta love it. So we have, we can use any 4 of a kind the spectator asks for. We could even do it with the 4s, the 2s, whichever, which makes this part of the routine crazy. So the spectator can name any 4 of a kind if they want, or if they want to use the queens, they could. They could also use the aces. Let's just say, for sake of argument, they use the aces. If they decide to use the kings, then you just put everything back, shuffle it, pull out the kings, produce them on top, and then you're in the same position. Okay? So I offer options. And the Roadrunner Cole is a great option. Thank you, Kotsia. Anyways, let's say they say the aces in this case, and so I set these cards back, and then I really ask the spectator to shuffle it, and these cards appear, it really is at random. And that's a true statement. So the cards are shuffled on up, they really are. And then we're going to get a 3-card break underneath, above the bottom cards of the deck. So 1, 2, 3. I just riffle off like a magazine with my thumb, so I can get the 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Then get a break on it right here. And so now I've got 3-card break above the bottom cards. And we're going to do a switch featured in the Dear Mr. Fantasy book by John Bannon and Ed Marlowe. It's a Visor switch with some John Bannon touches, or how John Bannon combined them. Anyways, so we show the 4 aces, okay? And we ask the spectator their favorite. They would say the ace of spades in most cases, okay? And then we put it on top of the deck. Or we would have it, we'd organize it out. The ace of spades is right there, the other cards are right there. We have the 3-card break above the bottom of the deck. And then we use the thumb to push off the top card, which is the queen. And then we scoop up the aces. Okay? And we scoop them up onto the deck. And then we're going to do another display, but we're going to be switching out the cards as we do it. So it's on the table. So position check, we've got a break above the 3 cards from the bottom. We've got 4 aces. We scoop up the cards with the queen. Actually, not for contrast. Let's just say the 9. Just make it easier. And if there is enough contrast, like there is a queen, again, you could just swing cut it. But again, however you swing cut it, just maintain these 3 cards on the bottom. Okay? They're random cards, but you will help in the switch. So we scoop them on up. Okay? And then we immediately display all 4 aces. So we peel it off. And as we peel off the ace of hearts, we're taking the 3 cards from the bottom with it. So it looks like a single card, even though there's multiple cards behind it. It may look obvious. Danny, it's obvious. But if you do in a swinging motion, ace of hearts, ace of clubs, then you got cover. And then multiple cards. And if you have it straight on like this, then no one's to judge you. John Armstrong made a big deal about this in his Cards in Glass, and it's just so great he's able to do it. But I'm using it in the context of a switch, so that makes it even more interesting. So ace of clubs, ace of hearts. I peel off 2 aces with the 3 cards behind it. Peel off a 3rd card, ace of diamonds, and this is where we do the interesting switch. So we peel off 3 aces. separated by a break, and then 3 random cards below it. I take the aces to the bottom. I leave the aces there as I peel off the last ace. And then show it. And you can square everything up. And so it's an ace and then 3 random cards. So again, let's do that again. We've got the aces and they are on top. You could also do this as just an encore or closer. And it really is cool that it's impromptu. It's just all the little fine bits that make it so interesting. Riffle up to get a break above 3 cards. Okay. The aces could be on the table, let's say. And again, we got the break. You can even just spread and get the break however you want. You use a scoop to scoop up the cards. And after you scoop them up and scored up everything, we start peeling them off, showing ace of diamonds, ace of hearts, ace of clubs, peeling off 3 aces, maintaining that break right here. Letting the aces coalesce with the bottom of the deck as we peel off the last ace, and it coalesces with what seems to be 4 aces in a continuous display, but is an ace and 3 indifferent cards. So in action, it looks like this in full action. Got to break both 3 cards. Cards right here. We scoop up the cards, and I say we got the ace of clubs, ace of hearts, ace of diamonds, and lastly the ace of spades. Okay, that's how I normally do it. Set the deck right here for a moment. I take the ace of spades. I turn it up. This is in my dominant hand right here. I turn down the cards down as I peel off this ace right here. Kind of risk kill it so I don't flash that these aren't aces. So, show it, peel it on up, it comes back up. I show the ace of spades, I can turn it down and up if you want. And then, this is what I should have done in the performance, it looks much cleaner. I push all 3 cards, and the middle card is kind of hovering, just in between the top and bottom cards, gripped by the thumb on top and the fingers below. And I should just drop the middle card, and then drop the other cards, where supposedly the aces or the ace piles, you can even just say ace piles as a semi-true statement so you don't have to feel like you're lying. And then we set them down, and now we've got the ace formation that magicians are so aware of, or well known for, let's say. McDonald aces. Oh, we're doing a McDonald aces? Yay! Or whatever. We then do the same thing as we did before. Get a break above the bottom 3 cards, and this is the aces, so we go 1, 2, 3. We've got a break above the bottom cards of the deck, which is the aces right here. And then I say I'm going to add 3 cards to each one, and I'm going to mimic the same gesture every time. So when the gesture actually comes and we have to do it, it all looks the same. So I peel off 3 cards, 1 from the face right here, and I really just peel off 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, sorry. I'm so used to not doing in regular motion, not slow motion. So 1, 2, 3. Then I tap the cards. This helps for the action we're going to need to do later. Tap the cards, set them down. 1, 2, 3 cards, and I peel them off. Tap, set them down. And I set them sideways like this. Okay? 1, 2, 3. I peel off 3 cards. And then I set them down like this. Same as before, but we're doing a cheating action, or we're simulating it. Peel up, pick up the break on the bottom 3 cards, and so we transfer from here, the thumb and middle finger, holding that break, transfer it back to the regular pinky, and we're going to do one last peel, and our thumb takes the cards. 1, 2, 3. You could do it that way in a fancy manner, and then do the same action, leaving these random cards and getting the aces. So, as you do the tap, and you've got the aces. Or, you could do the same action as before. Just tilt it a little bit down to prevent the flash. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I can give a tap. And then that's a switch for the aces. Okay, and I just set them right on top of the ace pile. Great, so now you've made the spectators assume, or rightfully assume, that normally these would be the ace piles, which there's not much else left. And then that this is the ace pile with 3 random cards that you switch in the aces for. How you make this even better is you could put these cards in a card box, but rather, or under a spectator's hand, but rather I just tell a spectator to sit on these cards. So I give them the packet, the ace of spades packet, show it, don't show these cards, and I just tell the spectator sit on these cards, and they do. Boosh. These cards are out of play. I cannot get at them without the spectator knowing about it. You could even mention that in a casual statement. So now all you've got left, these cards aside, is these cards to do a magical moment with. And so you just got to show the 4 cards as 3. Now there are endless amounts of ways of doing that, and I'm rushed for time, so I just decided to do a couple quick ideas on how to do it. Using the original Vector method, it took me a long while to figure out how to actually do it. You're actually using the glide, and this is how it actually looks. This is 4 cards, none of them which are anywhere are a queen, but this is an interesting take. You would give it a wave over the cards, okay? Then you would glide back the bottom card, which they would assume is the queen, but isn't. Then you take the middle card, or the next card after the second from the bottom, take it out, place it right there. This top card is a double. You want to square it before you pull it out, otherwise it'll break. And we have to work on setting it down. It won't be perfect, but we can misdirect with the last card. So we take this double right here with the forefinger right here, middle finger right here, and thumb on top, like so. And we just openly try to square it as much as we can as we deal it to the table openly. It might not be perfect, so then our hand can shade it as we do a gesture up here to misdirect, and then show real quick, by the quick actions, the last card is gone. So you can do that if you want. The other gesture I'm going to be using is a vanishing gesture, which it's like a magician. I'm trying to go for the magician vibe of it. Take the top card to the bottom. The magicians would assume, oh, he's covering up the queen or whatever. I get it. I push it through my hand. And then, like whatever sneaky thing they thought it was. And then I can show 3 cards. This could also be a great after display, or just a display in itself. And then I do a Ascanio with the top and bottom cards. Middle's a double, and then I just drop the double after pinching it, drop the double, show this card face down, turn this card over, show it back to front, and then you've shown 3 cards, which is great. So you could actually just do it like this. In one phase, you could actually just do it like this. 3 cards, I'm not kidding, and it really is just the 7 of spades, 9 diamonds, and the 8 of diamonds. Queen's gone. So you can do it that way, or you can do it the Eddie Vector way, which is just a wave, glide back the bottom card, take the next card, you show 1, then you take the double, turn it over, show 2. It takes practice to not have that double break, but you'll get over it, and you just cover it with misdirection if you want. I do the flick, and then show it's gone. And it's just 3 cards. So you've shown that 1 card has disappeared, and even if they see it, there's no queen there, which is odd for them. And it's like, I've been duped? Wait, what? But no one really realizes this. So again, you can just do this gesture if you want. 1 to 2 cards to the bottom. Doesn't even make a difference. Give it a spin. Push it through your hand if you want. And then you can show the card is gone. Or, again, you can do this gesture. There's probably 1,000 ways you can do it. You're probably thinking of one that's better than these right now, so go for it. I'm encouraging it. Boom, gone, and then boom, gone. And after each one, after the first one, we set the second pile on top of the first, and then the third pile, however we vanish it. Let's just say we do it the Vector style. Vector did it all 3 times the same way. And again, if the cards aren't square, they're a little bit off. Square them before you pull it out. Crude joke, sorry. I should be more pure. And then pull it out, flick, and then show the last card. And then you can show all 3 cards have gone. Set these cards on top of these ones. Set this on top of the deck. And now you're clean to be able to spread it, and spectators have nothing to go back to. And you can show a clean state of all the cards. They can check it. There are no aces around anywhere. We're actually using the aces for this effect. I'm sorry if I said queens. I'm blanking. I am speaking faster than I'm thinking. But they see no aces anywhere. They could check it out. This is examinable, so if they want to check it out after, they could. They go from underneath their bum. They see the ace of spades, show the other cards, and they do. That is the other aces, like so. What a great ending. And it just, I always want to simulate that that motion when I saw it, or this action when I saw it in World's Greatest Magic, and I'm just, after so many years, I'm so happy I could finally bring this before you. It may seem like another Ace trick, but this is a great, great, powerful one, and it's enough. It's powerful enough to be featured in my Fism act. So let's say that. So with that said, I am wishing everyone a wonderful night. This is my full Fism act. The 1 coin routine, to the Big Bang opener, to the Invisible Palm Aces, to the Liberties Collectors, amazing Collectors or Transposition routine, and then finally Corona Aces, a full 5 routine act, and that could be like a full, if you decide to really master all of this, which Godspeed to you. You can alternate it however you want. Give your own take, whatever. I want to encourage you to master your own way, whatever is more preferable. And you could actually probably take this as a full 15-minute act to the castle if you want, which is great. But regardless, I think there's some pieces you could take from it and just learn from it and really enjoy. All that said, I'm wishing everyone a wonderful day, or night. I'm filming this at night. Give the video a like and subscribe if you can. I think this Fism act is worth a like. I think so. And if you haven't checked out this video or this video yet, definitely check them out. And I will see you in the next one.